Today, my administration is making the largest emergency relief award in history to rebuild Puerto Rico's electrical grid. And
can you imagine a country where just one person with just one signature can change the entire national policy? No consultation, no debate, no vote, just one decision, and the world shifts. This isn't fiction. This is the reality of Donald Trump. Decisions so fast and so bold, they shocked not just America, but the entire world. But the real question is, was this the power of leadership or a threat to democracy? Find out in this video. Trump's speed of decisions. Believe it or not, during Donald Trump's presidency, one truth became increasingly clear. One man, one signature, entire national policies changed in the blink of an eye. From the very beginning of his term, Trump made it clear he wouldn't follow the traditional path, where past presidents relied on advisors, experts, and institutional consultation. Trump followed his gut feeling. He wanted fast decisions, strong action, and no bureaucratic delays. That's why he signed numerous executive orders, presidential directives that don't require Congress's approval. A key example was the Muslim ban, which restricted citizens from 7 Muslim-majority countries from entering the U.S. This single order impacted thousands of families and shocked the world. But for Trump, it was a promise kept and a success. In the same style, Trump withdrew the U.S. from the Paris Climate Agreement, ordered a border wall with Mexico, and pulled out from the World Health Organization, often without broad consultation or institutional input. To some, this was bold leadership. To others, it was a dangerous warning that one man could dictate a nation's course while institutions stood by, powerless. Donald Trump's presidency was filled with rapid-fire decisions that stunned the world. Many were sudden, controversial, and carried long-term consequences. 1. Muslim ban. Just 7 days into office, Trump signed an executive order banning entry from Iran, Iraq. The decision was so abrupt that chaos erupted at airports. Some were sent back mid-flight, others detained for hours. The order was heavily criticized worldwide and temporarily blocked by U.S. courts. 2. Withdrawals from the Paris Agreement. Trump called climate change a Chinese hoax and announced in June 2017 that the U.S. would leave the Paris Climate Accord, a major shock to the international community, as the U.S. is the second largest carbon emitter. 3. Exit from the World Health Organization, who, in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, Trump accused WHO of favoring China, cut funding, and eventually announced a full withdrawal, a move condemned globally. These decisions proved that one Trump signature could shake the world stage. One of the most striking aspects of Trump's presidency was his disregard for traditional consultation. Where most presidents relied on expert opinion and institutional process, Trump often chose to act alone. His leadership style echoed, "I know best, I don't need others." He frequently bypassed input from the National Security Council, State Department, and even the Pentagon. For instance, when he announced the sudden withdrawal of U.S. troops from Afghanistan, even senior generals were caught off guard, with no prior planning or strategy. When Trump decided to meet North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un face-to-face, many senior diplomats raised red flags. But Trump not only met with him, he claimed to have built a personal friendship with Kim. This go-get-alone style created ongoing tension inside the White House. Several senior officials resigned or were fired, disturbed by Trump's unwillingness to engage in traditional policy making. Trump's presidency raised a deeply troubling question. Were U.S. democratic institutions losing their power? When a president repeatedly bypasses Congress with executive orders, undermines the judiciousness, and clashes with oversight, alarm bells start ringing. America's constitutional system rests on 3 branches: legislative, conditioning courts, executive, prevent, and administration. These branches are designed to check and balance one another, but Trump repeatedly challenged that balance. For example, when courts questioned his Muslim ban, he attacked judges as fake. When Congress investigated him, he dismissed them as corrupt. This pattern threatened to erode the very foundation of democratic accountability. Despite all criticism, Trump's supporters tell a very different story. To them, Trump was a decisive leader, a man of action who didn't waste time in endless red tape. They argue that American politics had become bogged down in bureaucracy and political correctness. Trump broke that mold. He made bold decisions that others were afraid to make, like tightening immigration laws, confronting China economically, and withdrawing from what he called bad international deals. To them, America First wasn't just a slogan, it was a reality Trump delivered. Whether demanding more NATO funding or quitting WHO, he always prioritized American interests. His supporters see him as a bold, unconventional leader, a rebellion against the Washington elite, someone who finally gave voice to forgotten Americans. Trump's fast-paced decision-making brought a new rhythm to American politics. But the impact remains debated. For his supporters, it was a display of strength. He challenged the system, took quick action, and proved he was a president who got things done. But critics see it as a dangerous precedent. When one man makes critical decisions with little to no oversight and institutions are sidelined, democracy weakens. Because today, one leader may use that power for bold action, but tomorrow another could abuse it. In the end, fast decisions may seem efficient, but without checks and balances, they may become a threat to democracy itself. Under Donald Trump, decisions were made in the blink of an eye with speed, boldness, and sometimes stubbornness. To some, this was leadership at its finest. To others, it was a warning sign. So the question remains, should one person have the power to change the direction of a nation with just one signature? Democracy isn't just about voting, it's about institutions, checks, and collective wisdom. When one man ignores all that, the foundation begins to shake. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you get notified about our latest videos. Thank you.